again, and welcome to my next video. And this time I'm going to start a new topic, and followed by this topic we'll be looking at some past paper that relates to data communication. I have missed out a few videos, people. I'll try and get those videos uploaded as soon as possible. I think we have a topic, we have something left to do on information processing, and I also have another video to release. That video is actually on database management, because what I'm trying to do is going to release a theoretical video and also a practical video on a weekly basis for you guys, right? So I had some delay recently. I know I said I'm going to post at least 2 times a week, but I had some delay recently. So I'm trying to do a bunch of them to upload for you guys. So there'll be a few videos today for you guys to view. And please, as I said, please like and subscribe to my videos, to my channel, sorry. No, so data communication, a very important topic in CXC, and this has been a part of CXC for a very long time, and it's a very interesting topic. It's very fun, but there are more fun topic to this that we're going to look at even today after this video and going forward. So let us dive right into this, right? Now, in this video, we'll be looking at telecommunication, data communication, network, types of network, mobile network, communication media, data communication channels, communication system, and types of mobile network. So we'll be discussing all of this as in this video. You know, we all tend to see this thing, you know, everywhere we go, we see this thing in the bushes, anywhere. I remember one time going to country and I see this big long thing in the air, and I was wondering what this is. Right? In this video, you will understand what these things are for. All right, and I know I said things that I want to explain. I just want to say, you know, keep your mind waiting to see what is this, which you see it every day, but you might not know what it is. Telecommunication is a process of using communication facilities such as the telephone and microwave relays to send data over a distance without changing it, right? So it's a process of using communication facilities such as telephone, that is something that we all be accustomed to actually send and receive data. So telecommunication, which is what we use in our everyday life. We use a mobile phone to make calls on a day-to-day basis. So we can have an understanding of what this is. Now, data communication is the transmission of data from one location to the other in order to enable communication between the locations. So it's a transmission of data from one location to the other to enable communication between location. Data communication is achieved through the use of computer, transmission cables, satellite, and wireless technology. So there's a lot of things that actually make up data communication, right? Computers that make up one aspect of the communication. Transmission cables, whether transmission cables, which I don't want to jump and see what it is because we're going to discuss these. So bear that in mind. So we need to look at, we know what the computer will be, but we need to know what the transmission cable is, what the satellite is, and wireless technology. So you see, data communication is a lot of a group of things, a group of communication technology put together in order to make communication take place from one end to the next end. A network, a group of 2 or more computers linked together so that they can share resources. I know network, as I always said to myself, network is everywhere. In your homes, at your church, school, in your offices, everywhere you go, there's some form of network, right? If you go to actually withdraw cash from an ATM machine, that's a form of network is actually there. A network enables communication, right, with something. So you are communicating by using the ATM. So because you're communicating with your account, right? And network facilitated. So network will facilitate communication from one end to the next end. And we have different type of network, which we'll look at. right? Good. Local area network. A local area network made up of two or more computers connected to each other with within the same geographical area, but not necessarily within the same building. So it doesn't have to be in the same building, but within the same geographical area. And really and truly, local area network are used mainly by homes. We at home, we use this type of network. Basically, this is the type of network we have at home. The Teleconnect from Flow and Digicel. For those who are in Jamaica, use Flow and Digicel. And we get a little modem, we connect with laptop, we connect with TV, we connect our phones and whatever device that we have, which is a local area type of network. We use it in our schools, but we expound on that more. So as it said right here, land may be used at home, small businesses, small and medium-sized type of businesses, and schools, right? So those are some examples of what will be the type of people that actually use this type of network. And this is just a little diagram of what the land local area network is like. Metropolitan area network. A metropolitan area network is a network that interconnect users with computer resources in a geographic area or a region larger than that covered by a local area network, but smaller than the area covered by a wide area network. So MAN, right? Now the MAN network is being used a lot, right? This network, so it is not a local area. Well, together, local area network put together will actually help to create a MAN. It covers a larger area, right? Cover a larger area, but it's smaller than one. What type of network could a MAN be? For example, a university campus. For those who go to U, you know that U is a very big place, right? That campuses will use a network like this. You know, at U, you'll find different faculty. You have the faculty of nursing, you have the faculty of business education, the faculty of law, the faculty of science. You know, and each faculty will have their little local area network, you know, the little system set up there for them personally. But overall, the entire campus will use a MAN, connecting business in a city. Yes. And the next one, wide area network. A wide area network is a wide area network is a network that covers a very large geographical area. Large companies such as banks, yes, the banks will actually use another banks. Normally, in most cases, banks are normally at, in our case in Jamaica, every parish. In order for them to communicate with each other, in order for me as a user, as a client, rather, to go in, if I have a problem, if I open my bank in Kingston, I have a problem in Linstead, it shouldn't be a case that I have to go way in Kingston to get my issue resolved. I should be able to go to a Linstead branch, and in Linstead branch, they will have access to my information, right? And there's a, you know, as it relates to bank, there's a lot of things, you know, that is there that they will need a wide area network for. A lot of things they do there. And, you know, a wide area network would actually work better for them in that case. No, mobile network. So a mobile network is a radio network that is distributed through radio towers that have an average range of 21 miles. A cellular phone, mobile networks provide many services such as geolocation, SMS, voice, and internet, which we all understand. I can remember about SMS, I think about when they said it just come with free text. Now we have free local minutes, free unlimited local minutes, and we get our regular internet with the service that they actually offer. So a mobile network is self-explanatory. We use mobile, which is more, well, this is being used everywhere now. If you don't have a phone, You don't have nothing. You're not saying a thing. As you'd say, you're not saying nothing. Right? Good. So we understand what a mobile network is. And there we go. Those little long things that we were talking about in the previous video. Repeater towers. Very important. Now, the repeater towers are used, for example, let's think about at our workplace. If any of us understand our workplace, you go to our workplace or school, you realize that there's a little thing in the wall, so like a round thing, so like a square thing or whatever. You realize I see them all over. In most cases, those are wireless repeater, allowing us for us to have a connection, right? At a far location. So we are you, let's say we're at home and you know we net can't reach upstairs. The first thing they might say, either buy an access point or buy a repeater. The repeater helps the network, your internet to connect to a far distance, right? So this is how the repeater tower work, right? It allows each repeater tower communicate back to where the headquarters is, which will be the, what I call it, the uplink, right? And then we have what is known as a satellite relay, which they know are connected to the repeater tower. The repeater tower connected to the satellite relay, and the satellite relay now communicate right back to where the uplink is. As you can look at this diagram, I'm telling you. So when you see these big tower, these are repeater tower, these big long, what should I call it? I don't know what name to call it. But when I see those long things in the air, those are the repeater tower. Right? They are very important. So sometimes after here and I realize that the network drop, it means that you're not getting enough connection to your tower. And you know, realize how high these things are. They have to be high because you know the trees can have to block the signal. So they have to be as high as possible to prevent any signal blocking. Right? Good. Communication media. I know, as I said, in a network, there are a lot of things that help you to make up your network. And one of these things are the type of communication media, right? Now, as it relates to media, we can classify this under two main categories. You have the wireless media and you have the wired media. Under wired, we have twisted pair, coaxial cable, and we have the most popular thing right now, fiber optic cables, and under wireless we have microwave, radio waves, and infrared and satellite. And we're going to dive right into these things quickly. Twisted pair, this is a convenient and cheap method of communicating computers and peripherals in a network. Now, twisted pair is something that we use every day. We see these every day. Because we call it internet cable. No, it's an internet cable. Well, it's actually Ethernet cable, but you know, yeah, it's an internet cable. That's how we are used to these things, right? You know, we see it every day. When we go at school, we look at the back of the system, we see the cable plug, like a blue, it can be blue, gray, yellow. You see it plug at the back and there's a little light blinking in it. Yes, that's an Ethernet cable. You know, the type of cable is called a twisted pair, and it gives a little picture of how it looks right here. Then we have the coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is more expensive than twisted pair cable because its transmission cables are higher. It is used to transmit voice, video, data. It is ideal for a medium-sized network. Now, the main thing this cable is used for, you know, sometimes you go in an organization, you see some camera being put up. Most of the time, these type of cable is what they would use to connect these cameras. Well, now we have IP cameras, so this type of cable is being used less nowadays, but people still use them. I don't use it. It's old time for me now. And fiber optic, fiber, whenever you flow talk about flow, fiber fast internet. And we have digital fiber fast. Everybody fiber fast because fiber transmits speed at a much faster rate than any other cable you can think of. Fiber optic cables are relatively expensive. They are. And when we talk about fiber, you have what is known as a single mode fiber, and you have multi-mode fiber, which you don't have to really think of in this course. This enables large volume of data to be transmitted extremely fast and virtually error-free, right? So as I said, this type of cable is very expensive, right? So Now, a single strand of fiber optic cable is a hair-thin piece of glass tubing. A little small cable it is, and it's actually glass. You know, let's continue, and that's a little picture of what it is and how it looks. And I said this cable is used in Jamaica is becoming fiber fast by Flow, and their main competitor Digicel Play. Wireless media, satellite, microwave, infrared, radio wave. So these are some wireless media, and we all probably know what satellite is, but we're jumping it. So data communication channels and bandwidth determine the volume of data that can be transmitted through a channel each second. And there are some examples here. We have narrowband, we have voice band, and we have broadband. Narrowband data is transmitted at a slow speed between 10 and 30 characters per second. Example, telegraph transmission. We'll use them something there again. Voice band telephone lines are utilized, allowing data to be transmitted at a rate of 8,000 characters per second. Broadband, this channel can transmit large volume of data at speed over 1,000 characters per second. CPS, characters per second. Example of this channel is coaxial cable, fiber optics cable, microwave link, and satellite transmission. So broadband is a type of communication channel that is really being used in this era. Now, communication system classify lines that transmit data according to the direction in which data flows through them. Example, we have simplex. Data can be transmitted in only one direction. And to give a perfect example, television and radio. You cannot talk to the TV. You cannot talk to it. Well, some person might say, oh, we're calling. But you weren't talking directly through the radio. You have to make a call to the person who's on the other end, and then you can actually communicate. So you're not communicating to the radio, you're communicating to that person on the other end. Right? We have arc duplex. Data can be transmitted in both directions, but not at the same time. Walkie-talkie, if them are used the same way, but like the war that is in Ukraine, I mean, walkie-talkies, this is very important for them, for their communication. You have a duplex, I call it full duplex, not the biscuit that we are accustomed to in Jamaica. Data can be transmitted in both directions at the same time and independent of each other. The cell phone, right, or the mobile phone. So yes, good. And that is a link that we can look at as it relates to mobile networks. Types of mobile network, we have a 2G, we have 3G, we have 4G, and we have 5G, right? So as I said, people, you can always email me if you need any assistance or the PowerPoint presentation. And thank you all for watching. And my next video will be on database management.